What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review. To this week's episode of Sword Art Online Alicization. Yo, yo, guys. Oh, this episode was fucking lit! And that art and animation, guys. Damn, this is SAO as I know and love it. Oh yeah. And I'd say we can all probably excuse A1 for the for the inconsistent to probably bad art animation doesn't Persona 5 when we get this SAO. I think we can excuse A1 for that for P5 when we got this SAO, in my personal opinion. Yo, oh boy, Kirito, and we got to listen to Swordlands. Oh, how I missed that song. Oh yeah, that's Kirito is now the master. Ooh. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's get to the episode itself. So it starts off. We got Kirito and you got Yusho facing off against these goblins. I swear to God, this is like the season of goblins. We have Goblin Slayer, SAO, and I think this harem show called Slime, I think it's called, or whatever. It's one of those isekai series. I'm not watching it or plan on watching it. Just doesn't get my type of show. Anyway. So yeah, I swear, I don't know what's Fall's obsession with goblins. I swear, I thought you'd think it'd be horror, but there's only Zombieland. I guess TG, if you count that as the only horror shows out that are out this season, as far as I know. Excuse me. Anyway, so he's like, usually the man's like he's breathing very heavily. The man sounds like he's almost hyperventilating. Kirito grabs him, puts him under these puts him behind these little crystal pillars or use that cover or whatever you want to call it, and he's like, Kirito's guy pulls his mouth over. He's like, bro, get a hold of yourself. He's like, okay, it calms down, and he tells once I count to 3, we're going to charge into those guys, knock them down, and then knock them over the fires. He says yeah, okay. Yuto's still kind of like, man, you sure about this? He's still not. He isn't completely 100% on board with this. He says hey bro, I've never swung a sword before. It's like, it's the same as an axe. He's like, 1, 2, 3, and then they charge in there, and oh my god, the art animation. The art and animation this episode was amazing. I wonder which one did y'all think had the superior art animation? This week's episode of Sword Art Alicization, or episode 2 of season 3 of Attack on Titan when Levi was the whole amazing Levi chase scene when, oh my god, that chase scene was glorious. Yes. Me personally, I think I might like SAO a little bit better. Just that could just be my bias towards SAO, but I think that's probably a little bit better. I say with Kirito when he was just swinging. So he's that's going on. Kirito manages to get to the swords, throws one to Yusho, and then where it finds that the goblins actually don't like the little light that he has that light their way. The goblins, that's kind of like their weakness. They kind of start backing away, kind of look a little bit scared. They kind of just slowly back away. So that can be used to Yusho dead. So our boy Kirito grabs the sword and he starts just making quick. And then we got the big dude over there. I forget his name. He says he's like, do you really think you can challenge the great lizard killer? He's like, I'm not gonna challenge you. I'm going to beat you. Our boy Kirito sounding like our boy Ultimate Gohan up in here. So he charges in, making quick work of the goblin before he makes his way to the big guy. So once he gets to the big guy, they're over there, they're fighting, and Kirito manages to get some good hits. We see him using a sword skill, Sharp Nail, which were these sword skills he used back when he was in SAO? Because I've never seen these in the show. Maybe they were in the light novel, but anyways, and I'm assuming because I don't know else how he knows these. Anyway, so he manages to get some health. He actually cuts off his arm, the big guy's one of the big guy's arms, but then he gets slashed in the arm. And he's like, oh, the virtual world doesn't hurt like this. And the voice acting, Kirito Japanese voice acting did an amazing job just showing out just how much in pain he is from that hit. Because I'm pretty sure this is the first time Kirito's actually gotten stabbed, by any sort of blade. It's sat down the floor, his arms bleeding. It's not too bad. It's probably just more or less like a flesh wound in all honesty. But it was just which does make me kind of curious, how real is Allison? Now, granted, we've probably now, Now, granted, some people like as we know, this is that SAO and Excel were in the same universe, and this is probably like the prelude to how Excel World even have because how Excel World became what it is. The actual like VR virtual reality thing they have in Excel World. This is probably like the prelude to that. And it does make Kiers because he said this is like the realest VR MMO or VR game in general he's ever experienced because everything feels real. He said as we find as we know Kirito, when he first got here a few episodes back, Kirito said it felt so real he didn't know whether or not it was in a virtual world or the real world until he actually saw the HUD and he was like, okay, yeah, I am indeed in the virtual world. So which does make me think this probably is very similar to, I know I mentioned the past, but it's true, the Matrix, because as we know, if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life. So it seems that that's probably what the Excel World is. It's almost like the Matrix without being the Matrix. The actually Matrix world VR thing. So that's probably why I see, because as you know, for Kirito, that was some real pain that man felt. That wasn't like some virtual brain, because I'm sure there was probably some of his pain receptors did go off when he got stabbed in SAO, but probably didn't hurt that much. Maybe just like a little but not like nothing like that. If I had to assume, which. And Excel, it's something else. I'm definitely looking forward to when we finally realize and figure out and we're told what the hell this VR thing is. I'm definitely intrigued about that. Anyway, back to the Excel. So Kirito's and then he gets kicked into this into these bunch of crystals. Yuzho's he sees Kirito, he's he's scared, he's not full froze like he was back when he first saw him, the first episode. Now he's got kidnapped where his eyes system area is pretty much frozen in fear, but he's I need to keep going, I need to save Kirito, I cannot stay like this, I have to go. So Yuzho comes running towards him, Kirito's no, Yuzho, run! And then the man gets sliced. He doesn't get full-fledged sliced in half, but his midsection gets a pretty nasty cut. It's not so he doesn't get like I said, he doesn't get sliced in half, but it was definitely a deep cut, because then we just see him hit the ground. He's just bleeding and bleeding profusely. It's all over his clothes and everything. He spits out coughs up a little blood, and then we find that Yuzho remembers Kirito. He remembers Kirito in their childhood when he was with Alice, and everyone's we were born on the same day, grew up together, and we were going to die on the same day. And I'm keeping it. And where Yuzho dies, this of course sends Kirito into a mad fury like in any anime. He grabs his blade, sword lands, is blaring in the background. Oh, the art and animation. The art and animation. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Fantastic. And Kirito just goes in there and just goes ham on this fool. He's slicing and dicing, then he defends off with a sword skill. Sonic Boom or Sonic Blade, something along those lines. Slices the dude's head off and presents it to the rest of his I have killed your leader. Who else wants some? If not, get the fuck out of here and return to the land of darkness where y'all fuckers came. And they're all running but with their tails between their legs. So Kirito grabs fuck, I forget her name. Shit. I always forget Alice's sister's name for some reason. I don't know. He picks her up, takes her over to Yuzho, and because we know she's been doing the secret arts, so he tries to see if she can help him. But she says he saves Yuzho's body and how he's just bleeding everywhere. He's like, this is impossible. My skill level is this high. We need, because it's we need to try anyway. We need to try. And he's like, okay. And grabs Kirito's hand, tells him what I'm about to do will probably kill us, so be prepared. And he just a system call, does a little spell where she actually just taking their pretty much their health bar and just taking chunks of it out and giving it to Yuzho, healing him up, and of course and pretty much just reviving him essentially. Using their health points, health bar, whatever you want to call it. He clears up the wound. Kirito starts. He's she asks him "Hey, Kirito?" He goes "Yeah, I'm good." But then Alice comes in there and talks to him, tells him I'll be waiting for you. I'm at the top of the church. She's pretty much in the top of the castle, and she's waiting for them both to come out there and of course, rescue her. At first, when I saw that, I first thought it was actually Asuna, or I thought it was Asuna because of her hair color, but I was like, oh no, it's Alice. So, she leaves, and Kirito's like, you're Alice. So, and Kirito, like, pretty much just passes out, falls down to the ground, wakes up, and, Kirito's fine, Yujo's fine, or we actually then see Kirito, he grabs the sword. Since after the whole battle he had with the goblins, he can now, his level is higher than the actual sword, so now he can swing it around pretty much as he could like any normal sword. And so he uses the sword skill and tests it on the tree, and now creates a huge gas, a huge gas right across the tree. Not fully not fully cutting it down, but definitely taking a decent chunk out of but definitely takes a decent chunk out of its health bar out with that huge slash. I don't know if it's making their job a whole of a lot easier. Actually, before that, while Yujo's still working at that tree with the axe, Kirito asks Yujo, like, "Hey man, do you, he kind of confirms whether or not Yujo actually does remember Kirito when he was with Alice and everything, or if that was just kind of like maybe the memory is unlocked because he was near death, but then they locked back up." And he says like, "No, man, I don't recall any of that." He's like, "No, okay, it was just my imagination then." And he also has something like, if I heard someone's voice or anything, because like I said, Kirito heard Alice's voice where she says, "I'm waiting for you," yada 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 yada. He says, "Nah, man, I was unconscious." So it seems like that was maybe just like a little fluke, but I feel like Yujo's memories will eventually fully unlock, and he'll completely remember everything. It won't be like, I feel like it might just because he was at near death, so his memories just unlocked by themselves. I don't know, but I'll have to wait and see on that. Anyway, so and then after Kirito does his bad sword skill, makes a huge gas in the tree, he gives it to Yujo. It's like, "I'm sure you can hold it now." Where Yujo asks Kirito to become his master and train him to become a master swordsman. And he says like, I want to save Alice. I've never stopped regretting what happened. I've caused him so much grief. I want to regain what I lose. Yada yada yada. Like, he's on his hands and knees, crying, begging Kirito to train him. And Kirito says, "All right, I'll do it. But the train won't be easy. It'll be difficult." I like, that's what I was hoping for. And so Yujo, this part I'd be dying. Just had me burst out laughing. Yeah, so Kirito, what's your sword? And he says, he thinks about it for a minute. He's like, "The Ironclad style." I just burst out laughing at that because of course it calls it that. And I love how Kirito, had started off as a learner, but now he's a master. As we say in Star Wars, I was nothing but a learner, now I am the master. Because that's what Kirito was, before he was just a learner, learning to become a master, so now he is the master. He's now teaching someone how to work. I thought that was pretty cool that Kirito became like a master. It reminded me a lot of Star Wars in all honesty. He has now become a Jedi master and everything. Anyway. We get a training montage of them like training with kids that's using a stick while you're just using the sword. And I love the sounds the sword makes. It makes you show just how powerful it is. Where like he moves it, and you hear this sound. I just love that. Anyway, so they're going at he's working on the tree. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Jesus, excuse me. So Kirito checks the health bar on the tree. He's like, "All right, man, go for it." He does a sword skill and cuts the tree in half, and it finally falls. Jesus, why? Man. Anyway, so he finally stops the tree. The tree finally tumbles over, falls down, and then of course, there's a celebration. Everyone's like, "Yay, the tree is finally down!" For some reason, everyone actually got kind of lazy with this, and most of the time they were using stills. It's weird. I mean, I felt like that was probably just to save on the budget, because they probably put half the budget into the first half of the episodes. We're like, okay, let's just use stills here just to save our budget a little bit, So I'm just, because it was weird to see them using stills, because the animation has been amazing across the board. They haven't just gone straight up just lazily and just started using stills, but I think we can excuse this one time because that excellent art animation we had at the beginning of the episode was just absolute fire. Anyway, so everyone's celebrating. Kirito got this little dinner, and then Alice's sister comes in. She's like, "Hey man, you're eating alone?" He's like, "Oh yeah." Yuzo's over there busy with the leader, with his cog and everything. So and then Selka elaborates. Brent just gives us her reasoning on why she did go into the dark caves, dark caverns in the first place. It wasn't to be mimic her sister or anything. It was just that she could be a little bit closer to her sister, seeing. Just go try to be a little bit closer to her and see how far she can go into the cave. I'm guessing without breaking the taboo into, she just wanted to see how far she could go and everything, and see if there was any chance that she could end up being on her sister's level or be her replacement and everything, yada 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 yada. And Kirito himself, so no, you're not your sister's replacement. You're your own person. There are things. I'm sure there's only things you can do. You're your own unique person. So hone your skills to, of course, hone your skills. The sacred arts to, of course, do your own thing. Not so much be like in your sister's style. Be your own person. Break out of her shadow and do your own thing. Is what essentially Kirito's telling her. So the elder's like, "Hey everyone, gotta get your attention over here." Where of course sounds Yuzo, he took care of the tree and everything. He tells you have the right to pick your next colony. And he says, "I want to be a swordsman." Everyone's like, they're shocked. They're like, "What?" And the elder's like, "Yuzo, you don't. You know what? Nah, man. It ain't my right to ask why you're doing it. After all, you have the right to pick your next call," which I'm probably sure the probably doing things he knows. It's probably just like he says, "I'm going to be a swordsman, hold my skills, and one day go to Central City," because the elder was probably like, "You're going over there to save Alice, aren't you?" Alright, man. Whatever. So, there's I approve Yuzo's next calling to go to be a swordsman. And everyone's like, "Yay, yay, yay!" They're all celebrating Yuzo's accomplishment and everything. We then see the next morning, Selka's really lifting up the pail or a bucket from the well, and where Yuzo comes up to her, and they have a little convo. So Yuzo tells Selka that he's going to go to Central City and bring back Alice, and it says that he's been wanting to do this for a while. For 6 years, he's always wanted to go back to go to Central City, save Alice, but he couldn't because he just couldn't because there was a colony, and of course he didn't have the strength because like I said, as we know, the man he didn't know how to wield a sword until of course Kirito showed up. But now, since he's now met Kirito, he now feels like he can do anything. He can tear up the world, and that he can finally save Alice and everything. He can now do it with the help of Kirito. Because as we know, Kirito's a fucking boss. We have seen throughout all this SAO, we know that man knows his way around the sword, and through the help of plot armor and Sid Ricky Kawahara's right, we know Kirito will come victorious. Sorry for that little jab, Ricky Kawahara, but you guys know I love SAO, but I'm not above throwing jabs at Ricky Kawahara's writing. So anyway, with Kirito's help, Yuzo can finally do it. He finally can go to Central City and rescue Alice. And he says, "I want you to believe in me and wait." And she starts crying as he's telling her this, and she's like, "I believe in you. All three of you come back here." And we then see Kirito. He's just hiding behind this tree with his arms crossed, listening in. I found that hilarious. And so, after that, we see Kirito. He's waiting outside. Yuzo finally comes in there. They surprisingly did the little handshake thing they did in the OP. Surprisingly, so they're literally the exact same spot that they were in the OP, yet they didn't do it. I don't know. I thought that was gonna be in here. Anyway. And so it tells hey, the wind feels a little damp, so let's get going. Where then the episode ends. Oh yeah. Overall, this episode was fucking lit. This episode was amazing. Art animation, spectacular. Music, spectacular, phenomenal even. Oh man, I love SAO OST. Oh my god, hearing Sword Lands again when Kirito was going ham on the lizard killer. Oh, that was fire. Ooh. I can't wait to see, because now it looks like SAO is going to where it was before. With the first 3 episodes, they were just world building, setup. From here on, it's SAO as we know and love it, or hate it for some of you. Although if you hate it, why are you watching this video? Anyway, I'm Mike, so see what the rest of Alicization has in store for us. What Alicization even is. Kirito rescuing Alice. It's going to be hype. So anyway, overall, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.